The question this morning is, why do you believe what you believe? I came from Jamaica in 1984, and I went to Judson College, now Judson University. And Judson is a wonderful Christian institution. Following graduation, I went to Northern Illinois University, another fine institution as well. But there's a huge difference. You see, Judson is a Christian university. Northern Illinois University, even though a wonderful university, is not a Christian university. And when I got to Northern, I interacted with atheists, agnostics, Hindus, Muslims, you name the religion, they were all there. And they were asking me questions. And the truth is, I did not have great answers for their questions. Questions like, how do you know there's a God? How do you know the Bible has not been tampered with? How do you know Jesus rose from the dead? How do you know all roads do not lead to God? And friends, I did not have great answers for those questions at the time. And I had a crisis of beliefs. And I decided to go on a journey. And to start this journey, I had a meeting with myself. And at this meeting, I said, Huntley Brown, why do you believe what you believe? I have the same question for you this morning. Why do you believe what you believe? And when I examined my belief system, I discovered my belief system was not based on my own critical thinking. My belief system was based on what I learned from my parents, my pastor, my brothers, and my friends. And the question I had to address was, what if there were things they taught me that were wrong? How would I know? You know, there's a very scary word in the English dictionary. It's called deception. It is such a frightening word, I wrote an entire book on the subject. You can pick it up afterwards if you'd like. And the question is, what is deception? Deception is believing you are right when you are wrong and you do not know it. That's simply what deception is. Believing you are right when you are wrong and you do not know it. So it's critically important all of us go on this journey to discover and solidify our own belief system. So I went on this journey. And I said the first question I had to address was the God question. How do I know there's a God? How do you know there's a God? We have never seen God, so how do I know for sure that there is a God? And here's how I discovered the answer. None of us have ever seen wind. We have never seen wind. So how do we know wind is present? When we see the leaves blowing. When you feel wind blowing against you, that is how we know wind is present. It is the same with God. We can, in good conscience, look at the evidence and say there's no God. The example I've used with my friends who are atheists is this. Is it possible to throw a bunch of garbage outside, and out of this garbage comes a 747 jet with two wings perfectly placed, a navigational system, seats that recline, your entertainment system, your coffee, your regular and your decaf? Is that possible? And we all know the answer. It is not possible. The airplane came into existence through creative design. It is the same for the universe. Let me give you a few facts to consider. The sun is 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are 93 million miles away, just the right distance. Why is that important? Because if we were any closer to the sun, we'd burn up. Any further away, we would freeze to death. What are the chances of this happening by accident? Impossible. If you study the human body, you will see that there truly is a God. Look at oxygen. Scientists tell us that oxygen constitutes about 21% of our atmosphere, just the right amount. Why is this important? If it was more, the first time someone started a fire, that would be the end of us. I could go on and on and on and on to make a case that yes, there is a God. And the scripture says in Romans chapter 1, verse 19 to 20, since what we may know about God is plain to them, because God has made it plain to them. For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that men are without excuse. God is saying, the proof of my existence is there. Just look around you and you will see that there is a God. You know, for all my atheist friends, and if you have friends this morning who are atheists, you ask them this question, because this is a question my atheist friends have not answered for me yet. I heard another pastor share this one day, and I said, you know what? I'm going to use a question as well. And here's a question. If you say there is no God, then there is no objective moral standard. So if there is no objective moral standard, who or what defines evil for you? Who determines what's right and what's wrong in your worldview? Now, if you say something is evil, I want to know what standard you use to draw a conclusion that what you call evil is evil. If you have a conversation with your atheist friends, run these questions by them. You see, this morning you might be here saying, well, Huntley, I have friends who are atheists, and I'm in a season where I am questioning my beliefs. What do you recommend I do? Listen to this good news from Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 13. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Are you seeking for God this morning? God is saying, if you simply reach out to me with all your heart, if you are saying, God, I need to find you, he promises he will meet you and he will answer your questions.